Alright, so now we're ready to get our boil on, and we've sparged our grains, we've got our wort created, and we put it here in this kettle. We're going to let this boil for about 90 minutes. I know a lot of extract batches call for 60-minute boils. Full mash, on the other hand, usually calls for a 90-minute boil. Now we're going to add some hops in there, probably about halfway through the boil. We're not looking for a whole lot of hop flavor or hop aroma with this Irish Red Ale. After the boil is done, after the 90 minutes, we're then going to have to add some water back to the wort to make sure we get our desired amount, which in this case we've got 1 gallon we're going for. Now you can either use a filter on your faucet, which makes sure that it's a charcoal filter. Reason being is that you want the charcoal actually will filter out the chlorine, which can give your beer some off flavors in the end. So here we're using our charcoal filter to get the water back in. But if you don't have a charcoal filter, you can also just go out and get some mineral water. Put it, in this example, we actually just put it in our bottling jug and then just use the spigot, just very convenient that way. Now after you've added back some water and got your desired amount, now it's time to cool off the wort, because you can't just add the yeast back in. If you don't cool off your wort and add the yeast back in too early, you run the risk of really killing your yeast off, and then your beer never gets a fighting chance to actually ferment. So you don't want to cool it off too fast, because if you do that, you risk the chance of actually breaking the glass. Now if you're using a plastic carboy, you don't have to worry about that as much, but in our case we want to make sure that we're not going to get cracked glass from that temperature change. So we're going to start off by using some wet paper towel and just kind of gradually getting it cooler, then we'll run some water over it. From there we'll just let it soak in the basin in a tub of cool water. Now once it gets down to 70 degrees or lower, then you're good to go. But before you add the yeast, it's highly recommended that you oxygenate your wort. Reason being is that the yeast actually needs some oxygen to be able to survive. So go ahead and shake it up vigorously, get it oxygenated, really just kind of primes it and gets it ready for your yeast to be added to the wort. Now of course you want to make sure that you sanitize your yeast packet. A very common mistake is that with these yeast starters, people forget to actually dip the yeast packet into the sanitizer. So make sure to do that before you actually pitch the yeast. And after you've dumped the yeast all in, now you're ready to go.